Did our morning cardio. What is this, episode 9? The breakfast routine. Let me actually move this microphone. There we go. Yep, so I already got the pan heating up. Got a new 12-inch skillet non-stick so I can make my omelets the way I want. I don't know, I still might keep the egg whites in the oats, man. I'm so back and forth with those. I don't know what I want. Like, they were pretty good yesterday. I must have done something right with them. But I think also whenever I put all the egg whites in the omelet, it kind of spreads out that mustard. And I don't taste as much mustard. And that's my favorite part of the omelet. The second favorite part is the chicken. So I ordered more of those amino acids from NutriBio because they have the focus stuff in them that I'm really liking, because it's getting me completely off of caffeine. If I drink any caffeine now, it's just because I want coffee and not because I'm sleepy. I might need caffeine later into the training block when I start feeling kind of tired from worn down from the training itself, but right now I'm feeling fantastic. So even with the new pan, I like to put that thin layer of oil on just to try and do my best to keep the egg from sticking. And I guess I got to make a decision now. Let's see what 1 cup of egg whites looks like in the pan. If it looks too thin, then we're going to have a lack of, integrity, structural integrity for our omelet, and it might just have to settle up. Yeah, it looks like it'll be a thin omelet. Here's what we'll do. We'll put 1.5 cups in the omelet, and we'll put the other 1/2 cup in the oat egg combo. That should be a good substitution. Compromise, whatever. All right, so we got to chop up the onion, get that in there as quick as we can so it can feel some of the heat from the cooking. Peel the onion. I always like to try and peel off as much as I can. The skin and the roots, whenever you're cutting the onion, always make a mess on the cutting board. So, yeah, I think my next house, where I actually end up calling my forever home, I'm going to find a house that has like the cooktop on a island. I think I've talked about this before, but I'd really like the cooktop to be on the island because I can record. Oh man, what is up with these onions this week? They're like really kind of fucked up. Okay, maybe it's not that bad. I just got to cut the end off. It's like there's an onion growing inside of this onion. So it's got like extra skin on the inside that I'm removing. Little snip there. Right, so you guys know the procedure. We're going to do 2 cups of egg whites in our breakfast. First cup is going into the omelet, 1.5 cups today. The remaining egg whites are going to go into our oats once they're done microwaving in the microwave. And then we're going to put like 1/4 of an onion in our omelet. The other 1/4 we're saving for our lunch. And then we'll put 4.5 ounces of chicken breast and 28 grams of fat-free cheddar cheese. The rest of the stuff on here is for flavor. So we're going to put 2.5 tablespoons of cocoa powder in the oats with some espresso powder, as you can see in the description. And then on the omelet, pretty standard black pepper, garlic, dill weed, mustard, and salt. Pretty straightforward. I already washed my hands. Hygiene, 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 people. Okay, the omelet's getting that milky color. That's what we want to see. Let's get these onions on here. But yeah, the training's doing what I hoped it would this week. It's feeling really good. Body's feeling a little sore from the training, but not beat up. You don't want to feel like you're doing too much, especially right when you try and start your training block up again. Nothing worse than feeling like you're getting your ass kicked right off the bat. So we're feeling good. You know, I when I feel like I'm doing something that is worth mentioning, I bring it up to friends that are at the gym with me and sort of get their opinion and see if I can influence them to try and do the thing I'm doing. So I mentioned my experience so far with doing a deload and had some other friends take their deload. And they're like, yeah, man, I'm feeling really well recovered. The weights are feeling good. I'm feeling like a better connection with my muscles. You know, I think it's just an overall reduction in that inflammation that's really a good response. But I stressed to one of my friends, I said, don't be a chronic deloader, is what I'm going to call it. Some people, they learn about the fabulous benefits of a deload and they start doing it all the time. And I mean all the time as in excess. You have to earn your deloads. You should program them in, but you should program them in an auto-regulated fashion. Like, I always expect to need a deload around 6 weeks after training hard. But if I don't need it yet, I won't take it and I'll push a little longer. But when my body starts to show me those recovery deficit signs, then I know, okay, it's time to take that break. But you need to earn them. If you haven't earned them, you're not going to get enough training stimulus on top of itself. And then what you're going to end up doing is just really not making progress. You'll make progress, but you're going to be taking unnecessary breaks, right? It's like the tortoise and the hare in a way. You know, it's kind of like the fact and story of life. If you take too many breaks like the hare, you end up losing the race. The tortoise, he's going so slow and steady that he didn't need a break. And there's that fine in between, I believe. Okay, well, this cast iron lid, unfortunately, this fucking pan didn't come with a lid, and I didn't even think about that when I bought it. I should have looked for something with a lid because I'm trying to encase the heat and not have to keep using these tinfoil covers I've been fashioning. But it is what it is, I guess. That's not the one. I guess that'll be my next purchase. I feel like I'm always buying things, man. Okay, we're already seeing the omelet kind of get a little puff on it. So we're going to put the lid over. I might have burned it. I might have waited a little too long to turn it down. That's okay. I'm starting to figure out that I don't think it's possible to get a perfectly white omelet. It's going to get that cooked color on it. I put my Rotel tomatoes upside down in the sink with like the lid half cracked open so that it can drain a little bit. It's my preference that these tomatoes aren't too wet, making my omelet soggy. So we're going to put that 1/4 cup of Rotel tomatoes in here, about 60 grams, 67 grams, along with that onion. And yeah, my body's really liking the diet. It's responding really well. I'm feeling refreshed. I'm feeling properly fueled for training. And we're just going to see how it progresses with this cardio now. I'm already down into the 230s for the first time in like 4 years. I've been dealing with some bad eating habits and not really sticking to my diets the last couple of years. And it's led me to regaining all the fat I lost when I graduated high school. When I graduated high school, I was like 285, 300 pounds my whole senior year. And then, I lost it a couple times, gained it back a couple times. And now I'm losing it once again. I haven't been 218 in like 6 years, 5-6 years. And it's my goal to get down to 218 or into the 220s. We'll see how lean I am at that point. I should be pretty damn lean, to be honest. So surprise ourselves maybe. Okay, just going to stir in this egg white, microwave it. It's got a pretty great texture right now, not having a ton of egg white in it like I have done prior. So we might have found our perfect balance. I'm just gonna do 3 minutes there. The omelet doesn't even look runny, and I can shake the pan and it fucking slides around, which is great. That's what we want to see. Gonna weigh out our 28 grams of cheese. Whoa, a little heavy-handed there. And, you know, my goal is to drink as much water as I possibly can per day. And part of that is, in my mind, if I'm drinking as much water as I can and know I'm hydrated, I feel like my body's going to be less susceptible to injury, which is, you know, true. You know, hydrated muscles are less susceptible to injury. But also, if I'm losing weight, I know it's because I'm losing fat and I'm not, you know, losing just water weight from sweating a bunch. I had been doing 1 gallon a day, but I'm getting up to 1.5 gallons now, especially on training days. That's really easy with my intra-workout that I drink. So I need to actually get close to 2 gallons over time. It's my goal, because it's getting hot here in Texas, and I'm going to be sweating more from the heat because the gym gets pretty hot in the summer. I'm doing cardio, which is also another place for me to lose water weight. So those will be 2 places I need to make up my water consumption. Trying to get the salt down. Salt, garlic powder. All right, now the dill weed. Stuff's great, man. It goes really well on fish. I think they put it in like tartar sauce or something. I mean, they use it to make dill pickles, so I do like dill pickles. What am I missing? I'm missing something. Come on. Oh, mustard. Duh. Come on, dog. Fuck. Man, I am all over the place today. Well, 30 grams, 30 grams. On the money. It's got a little cheese in my lid on accident. Oopsies. All right. Now we're going to flip this omelet. Fold it, I mean. Oh, look at that. I guess the white omelet is possible. Holy cow. That is the most beautiful omelet I've ever made. Hands down. What a great day. Okay, leave that on there to seal it. We're going to put in some cocoa powder, espresso powder. Let's put 1 gram of espresso powder in here. Is this thing not reading? There we go. I feel like sometimes when you got a heavy object on here, it's hard for the scale to detect the micro change in weight. Whatever. So now, there we go. I always forget to set the sweetener out. It's like the biggest issue. Let's put away. What else do we not need for later? Don't need this. That's not the right spot. That's where that belongs. Cool. All right. Whisk in this chocolate. We're going to add a little liquid. It looks pretty thick. And as it cools, it'll thicken up some more too. Okay. Add a little water. Turn off the pan, let the residual heat cook it, throw in our sweetener, and that's breakfast. That is our 800 calorie breakfast. And then today, since I don't have to train with weights, I don't have to eat all my carbs before I train. So I'll be able to space out my tortillas with each salad today. And I really love those tortillas. They are hard to get tired of. Okay. Just gotta rinse off this whisk. I'm always worried about it getting like lumpy and shit later. And I love using the same dishes every day. I feel like I'm being more efficient, not creating a huge mess. So that's always nice. All right, let's do the reveal. Let's take a gander. So you know you got a good nonstick when you can do something like that. Maintaining your nonstick surface. Don't use metal utensils on it. Don't get it too hot. These are meant to be cooking at medium to low heats. The Teflon coating doesn't cool down at the same rate that the metal beneath it that it's binded to does. And because of that, the Teflon will start to pull away. And if you get it too hot, it'll start to pit and burn. And that's where it becomes, carcinogenic. So as long as you don't get it too hot to where it's smoking, you're not going to have those issues with the carcinogens. And also let it cool naturally. You don't want to dump cold water on it because then that surface, the difference in cooling temps and rates, that's where you fuck up the pan. So, wow, look at that omelet. That is beautiful. Very happy. Boom. Episode 9.